Costa drives it in, right there again! But wait, Joe Dickerson is going to give it to the Timbers. There was some contact.
And the opposed to turn, appeals for a penalty, and Yedlin leading that charge towards Chris Penso.
Welcome to Instant Replay. I am Andrew Wiebe, joined by the one, the only, you know her well, Christina Unkel, longtime FIFA and MLS referee and the Rules Analyst on MLS 360. Christina, welcome. How does it feel to take the reins from one Charlie Davies?
Charlie Davies has some pretty big shoes to fill, but I'm excited jumping onto his and continuing his energy and bringing these clips to the fans.
2 words, Christina.
LAFC Portland.
Let's go. We'll get you trained up soon enough. And we start with the champions. They got their ring earlier in the day. They're the double winners. Los Angeles Football Club hosting the Portland Timbers, LAFC's first match of 2023. They're up 1-0 in the 30th minute, and they score again off a set piece. By the way, we'll rewind it back to Chiellini's first goal. This one's called off. No goal by referee Joe Dickerson. And I think he called it off for this foul, and I'm putting that in quotation marks, at least in my opinion, by Jesus Murillo on Diego Chara. Look, there is contact. Diego Chara goes down. He rolls. I don't know why he grabs his face. That's up for debate. But Dickerson points and says, yes, I see a foul there. Our producer, Rich Hernandez, says anywhere else on the field, that's a foul, and Rich may well be right, but I don't think in the box I want that called. There is very little contact there, and besides, that ball is at least 6 to 8 inches over Diego Chara's head. It is past him by the time Murillo's contact comes in. I think this goal should have stood. But Christina, let's rewind it back because we did call it out. Giorgio Chiellini scored his first goal in MLS at the ripe old age of 38, and everybody clapped and said, great goal, Giorgio, we're happy for you. But you spotted something in the build-up to this that might have kept it from being counted.
So in the excitement of the celebration of Chiellini having this goal for LAFC, something didn't feel right on that set on that corner kick here. And what we have is Acosta taking it, setting the ball, going into the back. Ball comes out and Sanchez ends up distributing the ball back to Acosta. And that's where we need to freeze frame this to see that at that moment we had Acosta in a offside position. Now, the place we need to take our focus is as soon as you freeze frame when Sanchez hits the ball, the last point of contact is where are the defenders, Dupiric and Chara on that. And here we have them in front of the goal line, and we can use the grass field line to help prove where exactly Acosta was on that touch. And from there, he was in an offside position in the attacking phase of play, leading to Chiellini's goal that should have been recommended for a VAR review for offside, negating Chiellini's goal.
All right, to the bins we go. Atlanta United, Toronto. This game ended 1-1. 77th minute, Gigi Giacomakis, the new designated player for Atlanta, thought he had his first goal. Thought he might have had a winner, but it was called offside. Megan Mullen, the AR, raising her flag. Now, this one is extremely difficult. Don't get it twisted. Look down the line on this freeze frame from when the ball was contacted on the original cross. Juan Parata is the player who would be offside. He is leaning. Toronto FC's defenders are right there, sort of in line, but maybe in front of him, TBD, and Mullen is looking straight down that line. She raises her flag, but I would like her to keep the flag down. I'm looking at the arm of Parata. I'm looking at the line. I'm looking at the back foot of Rosted. And to me, Christina, this looks like it's more than likely even, and if it's not, I'm not sure either way. In that situation, maybe I'm a sucker for attacking soccer and goals, but I'd just like to see the flag stay down.
Everybody is a sucker for goals. Those are two of the things that are important. Goals as well as misconduct. And here, I will agree with you, Wiebe. I would have preferred this flag to have stayed down. Technically speaking, can VAR get intervening here and recommend no offside? The answer is no, because when we go to process, this is not a clear and obvious error. What makes this complicated, as you noted, was Rosted's leg. However, he is on the opposite side of the assistant referee here, and having to look through that traffic, it's incredibly difficult to see whether or not he in fact had kept him on side. Megan Mullen looking down the line, seeing that Parata's an offsides and maybe not being able to see Rosted's leg, makes that confident decision for her, saying that she is confident he is in an offside position. So at this point, the VAR has to say check complete and the decision on the field stand.
Completely agree. The VAR cannot get involved in this one, in my opinion. There is no video angle that I see that would tell me definitively that this is onside or off. And I got to commiserate with those assistant referees. That job is impossible. All right, let's go to the party from the weekend. That was in St. Louis. They were hosting Charlotte, 34th minute. Ted Unkel is the referee here. Enzo Copetti is the attacking player going down, down, down in the penalty area under pressure from John Nelson. Copetti is mad. He wants a penalty. He doesn't like that Roman Berkey's in his face, wagging his finger, saying, "What are you doing? You dove." But I'm going to be on Berkey's side on this one. I do not see any contact here that would suggest that Copetti is going to go down in that situation. I think he just lets the legs go, and he's looking for the call, and he doesn't get it. Well done to Ted Unkel on that one, and well done to Unkel and his crew on the handball on Karol Swiderski. Watch this closely. We're looking for a couple of things. Is it deliberate? And two, does Swiderski make his body unnaturally bigger or move his hand toward the ball in this situation? He's jumping to block, so he understands the situation he's in. I see him extend that arm, and then I see the hand actually move toward the ball on the cross. For me, that's an easy handball. Well done to Unkel and his crew. How about this one from the 49th minute in Austin, though, Christina? Diego Fagundes, Sam Piet. Is there a foul here? Lucas Spalla, the referee, said no foul, play on, and there was no review.
And I have to agree with referee Lucas on this one. There may be some slight contact on that left foot. However, we can't fully appreciate how much that is. And because of that, I will go with the referee on this decision, for he can feel how much contact that is, if there's that much in that. So I agree with no penalty here as more of the preferred decision. However, if referee Lucas had given a penalty from a VAR perspective, that would have been a check complete and the decision would have remained as well.
Tells you how much flows from that original referee decision. The man or woman on the field has to make a call in the moment. Okay, to Miami we go for a pair of plays. The first one, 16th minute, a possible PK. Corentin Jean, who had a beautiful goal in this one, by the way, wants contact from Daniel Gazdag. He says, why is this not a penalty? His appeals land on deaf ears. Chris Pinso heard him, he just didn't agree with it.
And I agree with Chris Pinso on this one. Jean goes in, takes that strike. However, Gazdag steps in just in the nick of the time, gets contact on that for that corner kick. No penalty. Good decision by Chris Pinso.
One more play here, 85th minute. Is this a handball on Jakob Glesnes? Shot comes in from Ariel Lassiter. It's blocked. It hits arm, as Brian Dunseth noted on the broadcast. But where is that arm? Was it deliberate? Did he make himself unnaturally bigger? I don't think so. Glesnes' arm is plastered to his chest. He's turning. He's not extending. This is a good no call by Chris Pinso and his crew. But how about this possible handball? 45th minute, Alexandru Matan, Columbus, DC. This is in the lead up to the second Zelarayan goal. Did this hit bicep? Christina, did Matan handle this with his arm and control it in the lead up to a goal?
Now this one's a tricky one, as we can see the deflection or the direction of the ball significantly changes and pops straight up. On the first initial look, I kind of wondered, did he stick his left hand out and pop it up? However, when we take a look at it from a kind of a cross diagonal of that camera view, it leans to some doubt as to whether or not that hit more of his bicep, top area of his chest, as well as his shoulder, which is now no longer considered part of the arm for handling offenses. Here, because the AR is directly looking at that scenario as well as the referee, I'm going to give this decision to the referees. No handling, good goal at the end in the APP.
All right, we end with a couple plays from Colorado Rapids Sporting Kansas City. It was scoreless, but there was a goal that was scored and celebrated by those among us who worship at the Player Kids altar. Darren Yappy, the 18-year-old homegrown, thought he had scored in the 13th minute. He celebrated his first ever goal, and it was disallowed, and rightfully so. Christina, walk us through it.
Yeah, so as soon as that ball's played, Yappy is in an onside position on the initial cross. However, where we have to determine whether he's in an offside position is when the next play is happening, and that's going to be between who touches this ball, Nicholson or Zuzi. Good for the assistant referee, Callie Smith, to keep her flag down. And as you can see from the referee's body language, they were asking who played this ball, not for deflection or deliberate analysis, but more importantly, that's what would either reset this line for Yappy or not, whether he was in an offside position. Good by the VAR to recognize that, identify that it was Nicholson who played the ball, that essentially put Yappy in that offside position and negated that goal.
And then our final play, 26-minute goal line decision here. The ball is spinning. It's coming across. If you freeze frame it, you might be able to convince yourself that this is, in fact, all the way over the goal line, but I will tell you, as we've told you many times before, that angles are very tricky and spheres and planes often intersect when you think they don't. I think this is a correct decision by the refereeing crew. And that's it for Match Day 2. Big thanks to Christina Unkel for joining us. I am Andrew Wiebe. For our producers and editors, Rich Hernandez and Phil Levanco, we'll see you next time.